Hello guys, this is Mahmoud Rauf. So in the last lesson we spoke about the labels and how to create our variables and how to create a local time. This time we're going to speak about the label and the entry. And we will make them for the food section of our program. So let's organize our code. We will come right here and we will write food info. And here let's organize the code right here. We will create another section and we will call it label. And we will call it label food. Then we will write self.label. Self.label12 equals tk.label, and we will give it the master, so we will add it to the window. Then we will give it a text, so it's going to be order number. Then we will give it a foreground color, and we will give it that color. As we said before, if you need any hexa color or hexadecimal color, you can find it on many websites on the internet. Here's one, and let's give it a font right here. And we will give it a size for the font right here. Then let's give it a background. It's going to be the same background of the application, don't forget that. Then we need to place it, so we will give it the place. We will write self.label12.place. And then we will give it rel x and rel y. So we will give it the coordinations right here where it's going to be exactly appearing on our window. So you will try it yourself because you need to organize it or set it up as you want. And so it's all up to you. But all what we need to do right here is to give you an example and to show you how to use the rel x and the rel y. So let's run our code. And this is the place where we exactly wanted to put our label. So you will find that the space of the rel x or the amount of the rel x has been left from the left right here. And you will find that the rel y has been left from the top, as you see. It left a space between the top of the window and our label right here. And we said that the more you leave a number or you put a number for the rel y, the more you will find that it's getting down in the window. Got it? So if we, for example, write 25, you will find that it's going to be up there. So now let's go ahead and we will create more than one label. We will write 7 labels right here. So instead of writing them again, we will copy the first one and we will paste it for other 6 times right here. So we will not change anything in the properties. We will just change the place and we will change the texts of the labels. So the second one is going to be fried potato. Then we have chicken burger right here. Then we have Big King. Then we have chicken royal right here. Then we will add the salad right here. And last, we will put the drinks. So if we leave them like this right now, we will find that once you run the code, you will find that all of them are stacked over each other. And this is what we don't want to happen. So we will go ahead and we will try to change their rel x and rel y so they will be organized on the window and they will not be on the top of each other. So the second one is going to be 44 and the rel y is going to be 32. Guys, don't worry about these coordinations because I tried them before already. So if you want to change them, it's up to you. Then it's going to be 53, 4. Then the next one is going to be 54, 48. Then it's going to be 54, 56. Then 54, 64. The last one is going to be 54, 71. So now I said all the rel y's for me. So let's go to the rel x's and we will try to put them at the right places. So the second one is going to be 44, then 53. Then 78, then it's going to be 60, then 55, then last one is going to be 93. So now once you run the code to check them out, you will find that all of them are over each other in this way. They are all organized and at their places where we want them to be. So it's up to you. Whenever you want to put them, you can change the coordinations and you will put them wherever you want. So now we need to add the entries in front of any and every label that we have right here. Okay though, so then we will go to create our entries. And this is the first time in the course to create an entry, so pay attention. So we will write self.entry1 equals tk.entry. Then we will give it the place in the master. It's going to be master equals top. Then we will give it a background. So we will give it the color of the background, whatever you want. Then we will give it the color of the foreground, and that means that the font that you will write with inside the entry. And this is the color of the font that you will write inside the entry with. So whatever you write inside is going to be that color. So we will give it that color, and you don't have to be attached to the colors that we are using in the course. We said before that if you want to use any color, you can use whatever you want. Then we will go ahead and we will give it a font, the font number 13. we created the fonts upside right there, and if you check them, you can get the properties of the font that you need, and you can write its number right here. So we will use number 13. So there's enough. We will move to the place. So we will write self.entry1.place. We will give it rel x and rel y, the same way of the labels. So the rel x is going to be 18 and the rel y is going to be 26. So let's go ahead and check our entry right there. Okay, we have an error right here. Yes, we didn't put the hashtag mark right there before the color of the hexadecimal right there for the background. And we didn't put it for the foreground as well. So it's okay, guys. Let's put them and let's run the code. Here we go. So you will find that our entry is placed where exactly we want it. And once you write inside anything, you will find that the color is going to be red for anything that you write inside. So this is the color of the foreground that we gave to it. So now when we select the script, or when we select anything that you write inside of the entry, it's being selected by default by the blue color. What if we don't want it to be blue? So let's go back to the code and let's change that. So that will be done using the select background. We will go ahead and we will add a color, don't forget the hashtag, and we will write our color right here. So once you run the code, whenever you write anything inside of the entry, it's going to be written as usual. And then once you try to select it, you will find that the color of the selection has been changed. So this is the property of select background. So if you want to change the foreground of the selection as well, you will find that it's available. And the property for that is select foreground. So once you try to select anything, you will find that the color of the font itself will be changed. As it's changing right here by default to be white, it's going to be changed to be any other color that you determine. So we will take the entry that we created and we will paste it for the rest right here. So we created the rest right here just to save time. And now let's change their places. So we will go ahead for the second one. We will give it a value for the rel y to be 34, then 42, then 5. I already tried this, guys, and I wrote everything on a paper right here, so I have them all, so I didn't memorize all of these places right here. And you can do the same for sure. Then the next one is going to be 58, then 66, and the last one is going to be 73. So once you run the code, guys, you will find that everything in its place right now, and you will find that the entries are not stacked over each other. You will find that they are on the top of each other right now, and everything is set. You will find that the rel x was stable because we leave the same space from the left side until the border of the entry. And you will find that we left a space between the entry and the next one from the rel y by 8 degrees. And you can add or get it less, whatever you want, you can do it. But you can try all the time, and whatever suitable for you, you can get it, guys. So we learned how to create a label, how to create an entry. We learned how to change the properties of them and how to change the property of the entry itself by the font, by the select background, the select foreground, and we learned how to change the background of the entry itself. Normally it's white, but now it's a little bit gray right here. We know how to change the font inside of the entry itself and how to change its color. And as well, we knew how to change the colors and the properties of all of those things inside of the labels as well. So let's go ahead and we will change the color of the drink. So it's going to be like more obvious, or it's going to be different from the other colors. Let's go for the foreground of the label of the drinks, and we will change it to be that color right here. And don't forget the hashtag sign again, guys, because this is like the mistake of today. So once you run the code right now, you will find that its color became that color, which is blue, and you can change it for whatever you want. So you should try to use all of these tools, and you have to customize them. You have to try to place them and to play them in the way that you want and the way that suits you. So the more you try to use them, the more you will be professional using them, and it will serve whatever you want to do on your GUI. So you don't have to stick to the properties that we added in the session itself, and you can play them whatever you want. So you will customize your own GUI using the coding method that we used at first. Thank you so much, guys, and see you in the next video.